what are some of the biggest barriers to getting someone to sign up?
Okay, good question. So if you're on a sales call with as a fitness coach with a client, before getting on to price, there's always going to be 3 kind of commitment questions I get them to get my clients to ask to their prospects, because this will just essentially get to the point of, like, when you move to price, being able to isolate if it is a money logistical objection that holds them back. Because a lot of times people will rush on to price and the person could give like a smoke screen of, I need to think about it, or I'm actually going away tomorrow for 2 weeks, or this or that, and you don't actually know what's true or what's not. So what we want to actually be able to do is get very, very clear moving on to price that you kind of know this is the only thing in the way. So after going through the sales call, we're kind of at the end. I like to show results here. So obviously kind of like I've talked you through the coaching process. Here's a look at obviously the results. I know you've probably seen them on social media. Kind of like leave them sink in. Even picking out a result of one person and kind of like relating them back to the person on the call. Be like, oh, Sarah here was really like you. She came from a position of X. She was just after an injury as well. And this was her after like 6 months. So it's a bit of relatability there. I like that. Then kind of pausing and saying, okay, so like from going through everything, seeing the results, do you believe this program is the right program to get you the results? So this is kind of belief in the coach and the program first. So usually the answer is like, yeah, everything sounds amazing. Or if there's any bit of hesitation there, I'm like, yeah, I think it might be. I wouldn't even like move on. I would be like, oh, you think so? Like, is there anything why you're not like fully certain? And just see what they have to say. Oh, I had a coach before and it was similar and I just didn't really feel it was great. They didn't just really check in with me. So then we want to kind of like talk about that, but to get them to be in a position where they're happy. Then secondly, okay, so that was belief in the coach and the program, but now we need to know belief in themselves. So obviously I know you believe in me and the program, that's great. But can I ask, like, do you believe in yourself in terms of getting the results? Because now we want to see that, because there's a difference between someone thinking you're amazing and a great videographer and can shoot all the content. There's a different thing in belief in themselves about like them showing up in a way to get that good content across. So 2 things matter, belief in you and belief in themselves. So once we have those 2 things done, big resounding yes in belief in program, big resounding yes in terms of them. And now we kind of want to ask, like, okay, like, even if they've kind of said it already that they're like dying to get started, you still want to ask it again. So like, is now like the right time for you to get moving? Like, do you feel like you're at a point where you want to do it? We just want to see what they say back to that. So they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go, like really itchy to get going. Okay, so if they did an excuse after, they can't use that anymore. Or if they actually have a logistical thing of, yeah, pretty much like ready to go. I think like a week from Monday would be best, because next week we actually have this on and that on. Just being able to say like, okay, so like what we'll do, if you do decide to move forward, we'll get a deposit down today, I'll send you over everything, and then you'll be ready to go on the 10th or wherever. So at least that's confirmed, because they'll be like, yeah, that sounds good. So now we have those three things outlined. So now we can move on to price. And essentially, if someone says they need to think about it after you've moved to price, and they said, yeah, the program is 100% for me, yeah, I believe in myself, and yes, ready to get going with things, what do they actually need to think about? Basically what they're saying is there's something with the price that's holding them back from moving forward.
Yeah.
And then it's just like looking, that doesn't always mean logistical as well. So I like breaking that down like 3 components. So, okay, so based on price, is the case you have the money and you just need more certainty. So even if they said they're certain, there's still sometimes a lack of certainty there. Because if we even think about it, if you were to invest in a mentor and they said you like love the call, and their whole thing was like, okay, we're going to get you to 20k months, and it was a 5k investment, let's say. And before going on to the 5k investment, they've just going to ask you like, do you believe in yourself? And you're like, yeah, fuck, I do. Yeah, I'm like ready to get going. Like, why not now? Like, let's get moving with things. And let's say you have the 5k to invest, but even though you believe in yourself, there's something like, oh, I don't know, will I definitely get to 20k once, as the example. So you may say like, I need to think about it, I'm not like too sure about moving forward. So it actually does come back to belief, even though you said you believe in yourself.
Yes.
If you knew 100% the business will hit 20k months, you'd be like, take my 5k.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
So even though you do believe in yourself and you see it kind of happening, you're still a bit like, oh, there's a risk there and maybe I'm not willing to do that. So that kind of comes into it. So if it's a price-based objection, is it the case you have the money and you just need more certainty, which was like the case we just went through? is it a case you have some of the money and it's just logistically seeing if we can make it work? So is it like a payment plan structure that we need to do?
Yeah.
Like, do we need to like sort something out there? Or is it a case you just have none of the money and it's just not feasible for you right now?
Yeah.
So then based on those three components is kind of where you'd go with the next part of the call.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be the biggest thing that would kind of, that's the things I consider about people who are on calls and aren't getting people over the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very long way of telling you that.
But it does make sense from a psychological element more than anything, because
Mhm.
if you do have, if anybody's ever going to say to you, you are guaranteed basically
Mm.
to get this if you put in this effort,
Mhm.
and it's worth that in terms of the value you see in it, you would snatch
Mhm.
the hand off. But if you don't have that belief in yourself, or you have any doubt in their capabilities of being able to present that back to you, of course, as soon as price comes in, it's going to be like, that's not that valuable to me.
Because if you think about
It's not
it,
worth
yeah,
it.
well, that's the other thing. It's the value exchange as well. Like, is it? So then a question I love on that, like to actually know if someone. So this is belief versus value. It's a really good way of saying it. Is if so, let's say use a fitness client as an example. Let's say you wanted to, in 6 months, lose 15 pounds, do a photo shoot, whatever, and coaching was like 1,500, and I was kind of like unsure. Like, okay, is it like value thing? Maybe you just don't want it as much as 1,500, or is it a belief thing? I'd ask you a question of, if I was to give you a pill right now, costs £1,500, you take it, but in the next 6 months, your body transforms exactly like we said. You lose the 20 pounds, you end up showing up to your photo shoot and you look exactly how you are. Like, would that be something that you do? Like, would that be worth it for you? And then if you said, oh yeah, 100%, like I'd definitely do it. So then it comes back more to like a belief thing. And then what I'd want to tell you is, okay, so what's amazing is where you see yourself going, you see huge value in that. But now I want to add to that by actually telling you the real value comes from the journey, from us getting there to where we want to get to. So now by you actually investing in the coaching instead of the pill, you get like two benefits. You get the benefit of the outcome that you wanted from taking the pill, that guaranteed that. But I don't want to guarantee it for you, because I want to help you go through this journey, which will have highs, lows, but will build you into the person who's going to show up on that day and have a lot of lessons from it. And that's more valuable than just taking something that would get you there, and a lot more fulfilling.